welcome back to Keys and Conversations. All this while long, we've been listening to some absolutely marvelous, stupendously gifted musicians. Too many to name because we don't have too much time right now. But Anil, I'd like to ask you, has your journey been easy? I know we've spoken about this before, but tell us.
My journey has not been easy, and I don't expect it to be easy either in the future. I think when you're trying something new and you're trying something that you believe in, but it's going to take other people a bit longer to believe in what you do, it is going to be a tough journey, and I think we have to embrace how tough it is. Having said that, I have my angst. I have periods when I get absolutely depressed, and it is difficult. But to look at a role model who's done that very successfully, I mean, take Aruna Sairam, whom we did an episode with, and I mean, here is a person with a very unconventional voice who was not from Madras, who's like literally stormed into Carnatic music and become one of our divas, one of our superstars in Carnatic music in the last, only in the last 5-6 years actually, more than anything else. And what an interesting episode we had with her, and she sings unconventionally. She sings content from the rest of the country, and she brings Latin, and she brings Bengali.
Yeah, she even sang an Algerian lullaby. Yeah, yeah.
So
Let's
I
listen to her. Yeah.
नादबिन्दु कलादीनमो नमः वेद मन्त्रस्वरूप नमो नमः ज्ञानपण्डित स्वामी नमो नमः वेगु
Aruna just leaves you speechless, doesn't she?
The other person I think who has had an unconventional but also difficult ride to get to where he is Purushottam. My Kanjira player for almost every one of my collaborations. Kanjira is again not a main stage instrument in conventional Carnatic music. It's a Upapakavadim instrument, but he is, with his lyrical playing and his mastery over the technique of his instrument, he's brought it so much into thing, and how much he has supplemented my music and the music of many other people that I've heard, and I think we need to listen to him for a second as well.
That's one instrument that I've never really paid much attention to till I actually listened to him working with you. I've done a lot of plays, Anil, but I've never done anything which involved music, which is why the Gauri episode was particularly interesting for me.
Yeah, and theatre and music again, which is coming back to this convergence thing I was talking about, that the arts have to converge. And I have to say that I'm very grateful to Madras as a sort of a lexicon for all this convergence. Madras is a wonderful habitat for all the arts coming together and coming. I don't see any other city being able to produce an atmosphere where the arts can combine like this. Let's listen to Gauri and what she has to say about it.
White lilies, frail and cold, with hearts of elfin gold, briefer than all brief things your hidden bloom. Beneath the somber grove, mournful and dear, and fair as hapless love, foreknowing all the nearness of its doom.
Gauri as eloquent as ever. And the episode I thought which was a lot of fun and which for me was very enlightening because I don't know much about art really was the one with Sharan Apparao, and we are here in
At
fact
Sharan's gallery.
at her gallery, yeah. So
Yeah, the Sharan and I is a very unlikely and a very unconventional collaboration partnership. Again, of course, she's a great friend. And Sharan and I have worked on such exciting projects together as bringing together art, fashion and music, like what we did with Puneet Nanda, Satya Paul and Sharan's work with Sultana Hassan and myself. And again, Sharan is doing a lot for art education. I think you must have attended some of the talks that she's doing at the gallery. And again, somebody who thinks zara hatke, somebody who thinks a little unconventionally and is able to see where multiple arts can collide. So I think let's show a little bit of a snippet from Sharan talking about it, because Sharan talking about art is always very passionate.
she says that she works with art that makes her heart sing.
When we have collaborated, Anil and myself, we've talked about the fact that art can be inspired by music and music can be inspired by art. But I think the time has come now for the two to merge together into a work of art, because performance art has become very big.
Coming to the point of what she was saying, I think for musicians also, the simple form of expression where it's just about playing a concert to a sit-down audience is not going to work anymore. I think we're seeing, especially with the younger generation, which is very technology compliant and which is very much into new media and new things, that you need to grab their attention through multimedia and multiple art forms colliding.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
tell me,
I think it's also new things, because when we started in the 80s, paintings were, already paintings were exciting. Nobody ever thought it would come to digital photography. Nobody ever thought it would come to video. Nobody ever thought it would come to a combination of things. So I think the new minds are all seeking new things. And I think even when we show art, we have to go into those different areas.
another passionate soul, this one, Sharan. Yeah. And Anil, we must, of course, conclude with the poet of the piano, Chopin, your greatest inspiration.
And that was a fun episode as well, because it was just me. And so you are saying poet of the piano is very appropriate, because poetry is, after all, communication of the heart. And I'd like to end by saying that to me, this journey has been such that wherever there have been keys, there have been multiple conversations.
And there always will, actually.
I hope so.
And this is not the, I know we've been saying this is the concluding episode, but no, Anil and I are already sort of working on another plan, another plan is being hatched. So it's been wonderful chatting with you.
Same here, Anu.
So let's end this with a nocturne, Chopin's Nocturne.